Hey gang, Coach D with your number 3 workout, your home workout for number 3. So make sure you go and watch number 1 and number 2 so you know what we're doing on 3, because you will be doing part of 2 as the first group, and I'm not going to teach that to you so that you go and watch number 2. But that's the heavy object deadlift, the band press horizontal, the bent over L's, arm extensions, and the sliders. So that grouping is on 2 because you should have already done it. Hopefully you've been tracking along with our workouts. So today we'll start with group 2 and group 3. All right. Don't forget, on all of these, it's a back to back to back. So 4 exercises each. You go back to back to back through all 4. Then you take a rest for 90 seconds and you repeat for 2 to 4 times. Then you go to the third or the last round. So there's 3 total rounds, 4 exercises each. All right. So right into it, assuming that you've done a bit of a warm up and some stretching, whatever you choose, doesn't matter to me. We're going to do some side band steps. Now, you can either have one of these circle bands, or a band, okay? So I'm going to show you with the band, since most of you guys probably have the band. So what you do is you step on it, and we're just going to sidestepping that way. One thing you can't do is hold for a bicep curl, and I'm literally just sidestepping side to side. I don't want this though. I don't want to keep a tea kettle drop over to lift the leg. I want to lift the leg, lift the heel going back and forth. Okay, so I would go 10 steps one direction, 10 steps the other. You can go into more of a crouch position to work differently through the side hip, but these are important stabilizers for life, athletics, and mountain biking. So there's your first one. Got a little band side steps, okay, 10 to 20 each direction. Then we're going to go single arm dumbbell row or band row. So if you have a band, you can simply attach that somewhere heavy, like on a bench, somewhere low that's not going to move, and you can do your row like such. Obviously the band's going to be the hardest at the longest point of tension. So you can do it that way, or if you're lucky enough to have some dumbbells at home, we can go a little bit of dumbbell row. And I want this position to be nice knees bent, flat back, good hip hinge. So if someone were to come up behind you and try to knock you over, you're not falling over. A little bit of support here, and then a nice easy pull. Get a good squeeze at the top. A lot of people like to do pigeon head. Don't let your pigeon head happen. And then we switch. We do the exact same rules, other side, for the allotted number of repetitions. Okay. After that, single leg squat with back leg up on a bench. So on this one, I just take my bench. I'm just going to move it so it faces you a little easier. And I'm going to go back leg on the bench, front knee. Now this is a single leg squat. Okay, I'm letting this back leg lower. I'm making sure that the middle of my kneecap tracks over my second toe, not in and not way out. So a good tracking. Hips are square, chest is up, neutral spine, crown of my head is reaching towards the ceiling. We do the allotted number of reps that it says on the one side. We switch the other side. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a finagling just to find out what feels good as far as your proper angles go. So you can see here, this is my angle that I like. Yours may vary a little bit, especially if you have an injury history to hip, knee, or ankle. So work with what you can do. Now, slow is the tempo, okay? So make sure you're working slow. What I was demoing is probably a good example of what slow is. Okay, last one. Bench or exercise dumbbell or band press. Okay, so if you have an exercise ball, you can take your band, put it under your ball, and you can do a nice easy dumbbell press. Since I have a bench here, It's just a regular old, good old fashioned dumbbell press. Like such, pushing straight up and together, back down slow, okay? My elbows and my forearms are about 45 degrees down, pushing straight up, reaching to the ceiling, squeezing the chest. My arms are vertical at the bottom, forearms vertical at the top, okay? And if I was on a ball, I would just have my bands. These are my band handles. The band would be going underneath the ball at this point, and then you could push upward. Just make sure that the band is under the ball, or you will know quickly that it's not, because it'll flap you in the back of your head, okay? All right, so this would be the end of the second grouping, the green one. Okay, I've got them colored, blue, green, red. And this is where we go rest for 90 seconds. And then you're gonna do that at least twice, up to 4 times total, before you start the third, or the red grouping, which starts with lateral raises. So this can easily be done with cans of soup or anything, or even just plain old nothing. And we're just gonna go thumbs down, straight up, straight down. Now, the trick on this is not to get up here in a shrug move, but instead to pull down with my shoulder blades, not a shrug, but to pull down and go straight up and down with my arms directly off to the side of me, not in front per se. I'm gonna go about halfway down, about halfway up, above parallel. So halfway up above parallel, halfway up below parallel. Keeping my head still because it's easy to get the old pigeon head going out here. These ones you can do up to 30, even 50 if you want reps. If you're gonna throw some weights on like 5s, you're probably gonna find that you can maybe do 10 to 15 on that, okay? So lateral raises to strengthen those deltoids, which by the way, you keep your deltoids strong, it takes a ton of stress off of your rotator cuff. A lot of rotator cuff issues come from weak deltoids, and this is a good exercise for that, lateral raises. Then we'll do a side plank with a band pull. I'm gonna move this guy out of the way. I'm gonna take my band, I'm gonna put it in my door over here. Just gonna close the door, because you can. And then I'm gonna do a side plank. This the office workout, as you can tell, versus the garage workout, which was in number 2 video. And first video was in our living room, so getting to check out the Tidwell household. So on this one, I'm gonna show you head down. So side plank, and we're gonna do a pull. Okay, so good side plank position. Head is in a good position. I'm pulling. I'm making sure that my body's not sagging. Okay, so I'll show you kind of a side view, even though it's not the way I want you to do it. I want you to make sure that, okay, this is all straight and I'm pulling, okay? The elbow's under my shoulder, I'm pulling. Head stays straight on both sides, okay? So you do that on both sides, pulling the band. And if you're lucky enough to have a cable, use a cable. And then we're gonna do some inchworms. So I'm gonna come out here so we can show you the inchworms. So from there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend forward. I'm gonna walk my hands out. Charlie's gonna watch. I'm gonna walk out, and then I'm gonna walk in with my toes. My toes, pushing my butt to the ceiling, walking in as far as I can go. That's 1. And then I would come back towards you. And I walk. For those of you with tight hamstrings and hips, this is gonna be hard. And the way you're gonna have to do it is this. So if you're tight and you can only get to here, you're gonna have to bend your knees more. And then as you walk out, start to straighten your knees. And then as you walk in, as soon as they start to bend, you're just gonna have to bend as far as you can go. If that's as far as you can go, then you can walk back out again. Okay? But that is the inchworm. Because like at work, many of us are home working, but we're still spending a lot of time sitting. And the inchworm is a great little core activator, upper lower body, hip hinge encourager, and hamstring and calf, kind of the whole posterior chain lengthener. Oop, I forgot my list. Okay, then we're gonna go calf raises on this. We're just over here on a stair, okay? And we'll do here. From there, straight up, straight down. Straight up, straight down. I'm okay with a little bit of a heel coming in so the foot's going out. You don't have to do it straight up. You can do it single leg. You can do it double leg. I don't care. But we definitely got 15 to 20 of those for sure. So that is your number 3 home workout. I hope you guys are doing 1, 2, and 3. And really, cool part of this about this is you could go 1 week, you do 3 times for the first program. Second week, second program 3 times. Third week, 3 times. So really you have 3 weeks of home programming that you can do with little or no weights, things that you can be creative with using in your house, like shoot, for that matter, look at these guys. Little club soda action. Perfect. Bicep curls, tricep kickbacks. I mean, there's all kinds of things that we can use. If you guys really need that much help, let me know in the comments and I will give you some as far as ideas. But I think most of you are smart enough to be creative. So give them a try. Thank you for watching. Please share. If you're stoked, share with as many people as you can. And do check out the website, www.enduromtbtraining.com, where we have programs, especially our membership, our monthly membership, where I'm about to create specifically created at-home workouts for my members. Shoot, that's only 29 bucks a month. That's all on the website as well. But if you have questions, info@enduromtbtraining.com. I'd love for you to comment below if these are helping. And again, share if you can on Facebook, Instagram. I love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.